Right now at 6, multiple proposals in the City Planning Commission, including the former Fire Station 2's future. And a new blow to dairy farmers here that is costing some thousands.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. A busy day for La Crosse's City Planning Commission. They took the first step to take the former fire station on Monitor Street off the surplus list. Right now, the fire department is using it for storage, and it wants to keep using it until renovations on Station 3 are finished.
Found that we were going to have to move our individuals out to a different location in order to complete those renovations. So in order to do that, we have to shift equipment around and we have to shift people around. In order for that to happen, we need extra space.
The committee also putting a possible new development on hold for 60 days. 360 Real Estate wants to build a new apartment complex on West Avenue in La Crosse. It would be called Badger West Residences and have up to 50 units. A pause on USDA funding is impacting the dairy sector's innovative program. So how will this impact local businesses? News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the answer.
Recipients of funding from the Dairy Business Initiative were recently told that that money is on pause. Now businesses like Birch Point here in Westby have to cover the cost themselves. DBI offers grants to businesses to create specialty dairy products. Recipients can use the money for development, production, marketing, and distribution. One of those businesses is Birch Point Distillery in Westby.
We are going to be making vodkas and gins out of sheep's milk.
The milk comes from Hidden Springs Creamery in Westby.
We found out about the grant through Travis and Amy over at Hidden Springs and found that by using their waste product and converting it into another product that we were able to get the grant for some of the filtration equipment.
Businesses receive the funding through reimbursements.
We have to upfront that cost and then get reimbursed for it. So if that grant money's not there, now we don't have that capital to look forward to.
Scott and Stacy spent $80,000 on equipment. They now have to find a way to earn that money back.
We paid the deposits, and so we were actually waiting for that equipment to come in, following the building being done, and then we would owe that money. And so it was just a blow to the gut, because now it's like, well, are they defaulting on something that they've already committed to? And I find that hard to believe that the government would actually do that.
According to the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association, the pause affects 420 businesses nationwide. Scott and Stacy say they're currently figuring out how they're going to cover these costs and what's next for the distillery. In Westby, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thank you. President Trump will deliver his address to Congress tomorrow. Many will be listening for any mention of Medicaid and Medicare. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin was on MSNBC today and weighed in.
Will devastate critical access hospitals in rural areas. Nursing homes will have to close. Remember that 8 million seniors depend on Medicaid, especially when they need skilled nursing care.
The senator plans to send a message at tomorrow's presidential address. She will bring a woman with breast cancer who is, quote, terrified of possible cuts to Medicaid under President Trump's proposed budget. Tim Walz may run for president in 2028. He hinted about a run on the podcast The New Yorker Radio Hour. Walz said, quote, if I think I could offer something, I would certainly consider that. In recent weeks, the Minnesota governor has hit out at President Trump in a series of X posts.
Well, overall, not a bad day. Mild conditions, some cloud cover, some sun in the afternoon, a little bit of rain for some areas, but overall, not too bad. And really, the big story going for Tuesday is overall, at least the first half of the day doesn't look too bad. But then we got conditions really deteriorating in the evening hour. It's going to be rain to snow, a pretty big spring storm system, a fairly deep low that'll be near Chicago. So we'll add the wind in there too. The good news, it is March snow, so it does melt, but it will create some really hazardous conditions, especially Wednesday morning. Tracker for rainfall throughout the whole event going into 6 a.m. Now, some of this may transition to a little bit of snow, but we're looking at potentially up to an inch of precipitation of rainfall for a lot of areas south of I-90 and even more as you go further to southeast Wisconsin. So rivers should be fine. Some creeks may rise. Ponding's also a problem. Snowfall, this is heavy wet. Most of it is just to the north of La Crosse. That transition will happen a little bit earlier. This could change, but overall, a lot of areas will get 2 to maybe up to 6 inches of heavy wet snow throughout the period. Not expecting any of that this evening. A little bit of light showers for Rusk County. Otherwise, most of the rest of the area is just going to be comfortable. Cloud cover, shower activity will continue tonight, but it's really past midnight that we'll start seeing it. So then that's what we're looking for, high temperatures for tomorrow before the rain actually hits. Overall, we might still get 50. So later on, we'll kind of break down all the timing of the precipitation, when it transitions to snow, how much snow, and when it finally does come to an end.
All right. Thank you, Greg. A new Richmond man is facing intentional homicide charges. Yesterday, police performed a welfare check for 68-year-old Mary Lasko. A caller said 70-year-old Gordon Lasko made statements alluding to the fact that he harmed her earlier in the day. Mary was later found dead in rural Polk County. Gordon is in custody charged with first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. His preliminary hearing is set for March 17th. It's sentencing day for a former Assumption Catholic school coach accused of secretly recording students in his bathroom. 34-year-old Seth Milkey will serve 1 year in the Wood County Jail. The judge has also imposed 5 years probation. He is forbidden to have contact with any of the victims or their families. Milkey will also have to register as a sex offender for the next 15 years. In Crawford County, the sheriff has arrested 2 people allegedly tied to a cabin robbery. They are 44-year-old Charles Kirch and 42-year-old Angela Ziegler. The crime happened in the township of Seneca. The pair, accused of stealing $30,000 in items, including firearms, tools, and electronics. The La Crosse Public Library will close Friday for maintenance. The library is installing a new water gate valve in the main building. During installation, water will be unavailable, meaning no access to restrooms or running water. The upgrade necessary to comply with city regulations. They'll reopen on Saturday. Western Technical College is waiving application fees this month. The school is dropping its standard $30 fee throughout March as part of a special application drive.
Always come in if you're having questions and even you're not sure that you want to apply. You do not have to have any affiliation. You can walk through our doors and our admissions coaches will chat with you about if there's something at Western or what your next steps might be in life.
Western's also hosting several events to showcase different programs. The first is next Monday from 4 to 6 at Western's Toma location. Instructors will be on hand to discuss career options and admission requirements. Students at La Crescent's Crucifixion School celebrated Mardi Gras today. Every year, the school turns their gym into a carnival with games and food to celebrate the holiday. The celebration doubles as the biggest fundraiser of the year for the PTO. The funds raised go toward classroom needs and field trips. The event has been a staple at the school for years.
There are grandparents of current students that used to go to school here that remember attending Mardi Gras, and parents of current students, and now they get to be here with their kids and grandkids.
The carnival was open to anyone from the surrounding communities. The La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce is celebrating local achievements. The annual meeting, sponsored by News 8 Now, honors community members' dedication to the area. Paul Mueller will receive the Impact Award for his leadership in building the new Mayo Clinic extension. Deb Stangel will be honored as Volunteer of the Year.
If I can help other people, then it's more or as meaningful to me as a successful business.
My name is on the award, but to me it represents so many other people to whom I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to work and live in La Crosse.
That one in progress right now at the La Crosse Center. Egg prices continue to rise. How the increase is affecting some local bakeries next.
Brad Schimmel wants to take us back to an abortion ban from 1849, back to a ban with no exceptions, not for rape or even health of the mother. Brad Schimmel, too extreme for women, too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Save $100 off each window and door, plus an additional $500 off when you purchase 10 windows or more, plus no interest financing available.
Brad Schimmel let thousands of rape kits sit untested for years.
While rapists walked free
and victims waited for justice.
Take it from a sheriff.
A sheriff.
For a cop, Brad Schimmel's too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Bakeries can't beat egg prices, so your cakes are going to cost more. And as News 8 Now's Allison Fergott reports, that's just the beginning.
With many spring holidays just around the corner, it's a busy time for local bakeries, but they're feeling the pinch from high ingredient prices. Bob Anderson, Linda's Bakery's general manager, says 1 pound of eggs is now 5 times more expensive than it was a year ago. Anderson says they've looked into egg alternatives, but ultimately decide to stick with the classic to keep the taste the same. And it's not just egg prices leaving a bad taste in their mouths. Cocoa is also selling at a higher price. As a result of these new costs, Linda's has raised cake prices by an average of 5%.
We try to do the best we can to keep a reasonable price for the customers while still being able to stay in business.
Other items like donuts will also see a price hike soon. Linda's also serves coffee, and they say their distributors are warning that coffee prices could soon increase. Reporting in West Salem, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now.
Allison, thank you. Those donuts and sweet rolls also likely to increase by that same 5% mark. Well, we'll have more news ahead, but first.
Unfortunately, we got the snow back in the forecast as March as a big spring storm sets up, but we do need the moisture, so we'll break out when the rain happens, when it transitions to snow, how much we get, and when it all comes to an end. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet Spring Workwear event is going on now, and we have a great selection of quality workwear styles at unbeatable prices. New at Blaine's, men's brunch workwear apparel 25% off. 30% off men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.49. Save $10 on Ariat Rebar Made Tough pants. Plus, earn $30 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $125 on Carhartt gear. We've got the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Right now, get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home with our exclusive custom gutters, gutter helmet, and helmet heat. Gutter helmet is filter free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
A 7-year-old girl attends a birthday party at a local swimming pool. She's sexually assaulted by a repeat child molester. The monster faces 100 years in prison. But Judge Susan Crawford let him off with just 4. That was Crawford's choice. Now he's back on the street, walking distance from a school. And Judge Crawford, she wants a promotion. Susan Crawford, dangerous decisions, wrong for Wisconsin.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The City of La Crosse Yard Waste and Brush site will open on March 24th. This year, residents will have to purchase a permit through the city to use it. The sticker price for residents, $25 per vehicle. Then contractors must pay $1,500 for the ticket for 5 vehicles. Looks like we'll be in for some wet commutes over the next couple of days. Let's get the breakdown from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, definitely going to be wet, snowy, but as I mentioned before the break, that we definitely could use the rainfall. We've had a dry winter. We're well below precipitation-wise. Going into March and April is our fire season, too, since things aren't grown. So something of concern, but this definitely is going to help. Even though we're going to have some impacts, some travel issues, definitely we could use it. But for tomorrow, really, overall, the day is not too bad. It's really the Tuesday evening is going to be wet, but the winds will still remain light, so that won't be an issue. The transition to snow occurs some point Tuesday night, depending on location. So the Wednesday morning commute will be snow for a lot of areas, or it will be mixed. The wind will be the problem then, too. The good news is by the time you go home Wednesday, precipitation pretty much is ended, and dry conditions, the winds will be a factor, but given that we'll be near freezing, I think a lot of main roads will probably be wet, then actually side roads still could be slushy or snow covered at times. But for tonight, the big story going into Tuesday morning's commute is the mild conditions too. Our temperatures are not going to fall off too much, barely staying above 40. We will have 2 opportunities for some light rain or showers coming through. One is about around midnight to about 2 as kind of a couple bands lift north. Generally light rainfall with this. We're not going to see too much. We'll have a break, and then for the morning commute, there could be another opportunity come in with this other area that will develop in Iowa, a little bit more intense. In fact, they might see a rumble of thunder with this one coming through. That'll come through pretty much around 6 to 7, probably stay focused more for I-90 South. So we still could have a wet commute tomorrow, although it won't last too much. By the time we get to 8 or 9, pretty much that pushes east, and for the most part to the early afternoon, it's going to be dry conditions, and our temperatures will continue to climb. In fact, we'll get up towards 50 degrees potentially by noon. In the afternoon, we'll start seeing a little bit of scattered showers developing, but so far not anything steady light rain yet. But here comes this whole huge area. You can see a lot of yellow, moderate rainfall with this. Begin to push up at least by 4 for La Crosse. I think more probably toward 5 or 6 for Eau Claire. But the whole area is really going to see this amount of rain really push across the entire area. Now the transition to snow is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Right now we're thinking of Claire, probably around midnight or just there afterwards, we'll start seeing that transition coming to rain to snow. Further south La Crosse, probably closer to 4 to 6 a.m. And then points east of the area of La Crosse, we're talking like Sparta, Oaksfield, it may not be until about 7 or 8 you start seeing that transition to snow occur. The winds will be the story, but notice by noon we're starting to see some breaks to the west of the cloud cover. So by the time we get in the afternoon hour, we'll probably start seeing a little bit of clearing skies for some areas to the west of the river. Other areas will continue to see cloud cover, but by 7 p.m. we're not seeing much in the way of precipitation. It's just the wind that'll be the factor too. So that's good news. We will be not seeing that overall. Now rainfall through tomorrow, to potentially a quarter or a half, especially further south you go with that little batch that comes up towards the morning commute. Otherwise, a lot of areas will see around the 10th or less. So not a lot of rainfall. It'll be spotty through 4 p.m. But after that, then really it becomes that main line, which could pick up potentially 3/4, maybe even an inch in isolated spots. So some heavy rainfall for that period of time, and that's where you could see the ponding of water. Could see a little bit of rise in some creeks too coming on. Snow amounts during this time, not expecting a lot. The transition really doesn't start till about 10 or so for some areas up here. You can see that we're just seeing less than an inch, maybe a little bit more in certain areas. We'll see the snowfall really pick up towards 6 a.m. You start seeing a line developing probably along Rochester to Eau Claire. That could get a little bit of 4 or 6, and then later on we're going to see the amount of snow really pick up. Winds, the other story, 25 to 30 throughout Wednesday, and that could blow around some of the snow, creates visibility. Otherwise, quiet conditions for Thursday, a little bit of precipitation on Friday. That won't be a huge deal, and as we move the clocks forward this weekend, pretty average temperature Saturday, and yes, 50s come back early next week. In fact, some areas may get close to 60 early next week.
Okay.
We'll see if that happens, but overall, definitely if you got travel plans late Tuesday night to Wednesday, pay attention. It's going to be a mess out there potentially.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Selection Monday. The UWL men and women finding their fate for later this week. We'll hear from both coaches and a couple players as the squads prepare for a magical run during the month of March. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation.
Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower. 5-star plumbing service done right.
Nick Swardson.
Yeah, if you want a relaxing experience, get a massage at the airport. What a treat. The guy's like, all right, just breathe. Flight 403 to JFK! Leaving now, let's go! Just breathe. Day 24, missing child! You're in the rainforest.
Live on tour, Nick Swardson, Toilet Head, Friday, May 2nd at Ho Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Nick Swardson.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside.
Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The fact that Brad Schimmel supports the 1849 law terrifies me. When I was pregnant, I had complications, but because of the ban, doctors couldn't help me. Brad Schimmel has no idea what it's like to lay in a hospital bed, pregnant and dying. The 1849 law that Brad Schimmel supports almost killed me. Brad Schimmel is too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Have you checked your sump pump lately? After a big rain, basement flooding can significantly damage your home. Stay ahead and dry with a call to Maxwell White. We have standard pumps along with battery backup systems in case you lose power. Prevent future damage. Contact Maxwell White today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Get your dancing shoes on. The UWL men and women's basketball teams today heard their names announced on their respective NCAA D3 selection shows. The lacrosse men had to wait until the very end of the show to find out their fate, which is hosting an opening round game at the Lacrosse Center on Friday against Greenville at 6:40. UWL receiving a 2 seed thanks to a program record 22 wins this season, and Coach Gritzmacher and company are excited to experience the magic of March beginning right here in La Crosse.
It's a month where you can kind of make a name for yourself, whether as a program, as a person. So I'm just excited. I think we're ready to go and ready to get to work. I think the anxiousness of finding out who you play was a lot harder than I thought, but it's good to know now.
Yeah, I think it means a lot because, I am a local guy and I've been around the area for a long time. I got a lot of family around here, so I'm excited to bring, play at home, and that was a big thing that we kind of were talking about, like we earned this, and hopefully we got a chance, and we did, and we're playing at the Lacrosse Center, so I'm pretty excited.
It's no walk in the park, though, in their opening game, as the Panthers that they're facing average almost 118 points per game this season. And thanks to an end-of-the-year stretch where they won 6 of their last 9 games, the Eagle women were on the right side of the bubble, and just barely. They were the 21st team out of 21 at-large bids to make the big dance. They will travel to Whitewater to face Colorado College on Friday at 4:30. It's been a season filled with adversity and some anxious moments this past weekend, but La Crosse is in, and they're hoping to make the trip worthwhile for fans planning on attending this weekend.
This is something that we've never done since I've been here, or it's been for a while, so it's really exciting. I mean, we were all so excited to hear our names, and when we found out Sunday that we'd be in the tournament.
I think I'm really excited that it's close. It's the perfect location, I think, for our Illinois families, our Wisconsin families. So I'm very excited that we're going to travel really well. And so the very first game, that's all we're worried about right now is Colorado College. And so I got to get watching film.
It's the Eagles' 6th appearance in the national tournament, and they will be searching for their first win at the Big Dance in 37 years. I love Coach Lonnie's comment there. Got to get right to watching film there at the end, so she had to get out of there. But that was fun to hear. That's some coach speaking. It's this time of the year. So.
Yeah, the grind never stops, and you got to be scouting because this isn't an opponent you see a couple times a year. You got to start from scratch.
And for the men, they're going against a team that averages almost 120 points per game.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Also note, Jose Quintana, a Brewer now.
Yeah.
Isaiah McDuffie extended for the Packers as well. So we will see if those moves pay off as well.
Yeah, underrated moves. Maybe they pay off.
Hopefully.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks,
we'll have one more check of your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Attention business owners. Start 2025 confidently with Your Choice Roofing, your trusted partner for commercial roofing solutions. Our expert craftsmanship and premium materials ensure a roof that stands the test of time. Don't wait. Our schedule is filling up fast. Get ahead of the rush and secure your spot now to protect your building and your bottom line. Visit yourchoiceroofing.com today to get started.
I know Brad Schimmel, he has always focused on getting justice for victims of sexual assault. The Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, Brad cleared that backlog. It's a completely false attack on him. His opponents, I think, have to change the narrative to redirect the focus away when she routinely gives light sentences to child predators. That is not what we need on the Supreme Court in Wisconsin.
Reminder about the alert day, it really doesn't come into effect till Tuesday evening. Most of Tuesday, we'll still have some showers even for the morning commute, but overall it'll be scattered in nature. It really becomes a mess Tuesday night into Wednesday. There's your commute. Shoot, let's go back there. I keep hitting the button wrong. To the wet commute there, then we got the snow coming in Wednesday morning. That looks to be the worst conditions from probably about 4 a.m. to noon. Then things will improve for Thursday and Friday, but definitely if you got travel plans, stay tuned.
Wet and wild couple of days. Thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you at 10.